Well, hey there folks, this is Barry's Best Honey. I'm Mike and I do bees. Welcome to my hobby bee operation here in Southeast Louisiana. And remember, this isn't a how-to video, guys. I'm not telling you how to do things. This is just a how I do video. It's a vlog. And let's go ahead and get these formalities out the way. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Doesn't cost you a dime. And if you hit that notification bell, you'll know every time I upload a video. So, it is December. And we are done with Thanksgiving. Hope everybody had a great one. Of course, you saw my video. We had a good one. But now it's time to move on. We got about 3 weeks of December that we can do some bee business. I've basically taken that time off that I wanted to take off. And it's time to get back to business because before we know it, the Christmas holidays will be upon us. And I definitely take off for that time frame. So, anyway, got a few things we got to do as the weeks turn by here toward the holidays. And can you believe it? In 3 months, we'll be identifying splits already. Wow. We're finally cooled off here in Louisiana. Now we have warm winters. We don't have super cold winters, but when we do have those, man, the bees really seem to come out of those colder winters so much better. So anyway, I just wanted to take y'all through. I got off early today, and I went ahead and took care of some errands, and then I got on home, and I like to walk through my bee yard in the evening. And it's cold, so they're not flying, so I really can't tell who's alive and who's not. And honestly, I have not been through the bee yard since before Thanksgiving. I haven't actually walked through it since before Thanksgiving. So I wanted to take a walk through today, just see if there's anything unusual. And since it's cold, they're not flying, so what do I got to do? I got to stick my ear to it. So this is what we do, and this is how I do it. Just want to take y'all along for just a normal walk through the bee yard and talk a little bit about some things that are going to be coming up soon. But something I do like to do during the year is when I see sugar on sale, I always ask my wife, because she knows the prices, and I say, hey, is this a good price? And she'll say yes or no. So we like to buy the 25-pound bags at the big giant box store. You know who they are. And sometimes we'll catch them on sale at other stores and buy them by the bag. And so I do always like to have sugar stockpiled, and look at this sale we got. So we got this sale down the road at a little small market. $16.50, I believe, for 40 pounds. That was a pretty good deal, so I like to stockpile up on it. I thought you said you didn't feed. I never said I didn't feed. Well, it sure sounded like you said you didn't feed. Well, you're mistaken, because I do feed. You guys know I feed. I said I don't feed all the time. Look. Well, folks, go ahead and start off with the top bar and just take a peek at that thing. I got a little viewing window in the back. Look at my little greenhouse. I think you guys have seen this in the videos. It's always been in the background. It used to be over there. In the summer it goes in the shade. In the winter it comes over here where it gets the morning sun coming over that way. This is how we maintain our plants so that we don't have to deal with freezing and covering them up every night or bringing them in the house, because I don't want to bring them in the house and have a cute little rat snake or something buried in there real nice, hibernating or being cold like snakes are, and then all of a sudden put him in the warm house and we warm him up and out they come, and then we have to call Bruce the alligator man, who's doubling as a snake man these days, and say, come get him. Well, I'd catch him in a hurry and get him out, but what we don't want is a snake in the house, bugs in the house, having to cover him every night. So we put him in this nice little greenhouse I built. I'm going to pop that little back door down when it gets too hot in the afternoon. I have heat lamps on either side. This has nothing to do with bees, but there it is. One on each side like that. And then one of those little heaters. That doesn't stay on all the time. If we get below 30, that turns on. I have that, I'll turn it on. But freezing or frost conditions, 36 and below, the heat lamps take care of the rest. And I got a timer on this thing so that it comes on at 5 in the afternoon while it's still warm inside, and then it goes off at 8 in the morning when the sun's already hitting it. And that keeps the frost off of them. Need to do some pruning in here, but my little greenhouse. So this is it's evening. The bees should be pretty much home. I think it's 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's about 50 degrees. Really, really nice out. We've had some really good cold weather for a change. So as we look at the front, no activity. A couple bees just kind of hanging out on the front door. There they are. What are you doing? Oh, they're coming on out. They want some camera time. They want some camera time. So anyway, this is a little roach haven. You can see it now. There they are. There they are. That's a strong hive. So this spring we're going to break it open and get it all uncross-combed, I guess you could say. Let's close them all up. So there you go. Alright, so as I was saying, we've had some good cold weather. Now we had that week or so of Thanksgiving where it wasn't really cool. It was sitting at about 70 in the afternoons, 75, humid. I think it'd get down in the 50s. That was a warm spell we had. Before that, we had 30 degree and 40 degree mornings with 50 and 60 degree afternoons. That was wonderful. And we're kind of back to that now. Each morning it's in mid 30s. And in the afternoon, if the sun's out and it's not too windy, we're getting into the lower 60s. But for the most part, next few days it's supposed to stay right around highs in the 50s, lows in the 30s. So yeah, that weather, it really keeps the bees locked in. Obviously, they don't come out. In the 60-degree weather, they come out, but they're not flying like crazy. The only thing really to collect right now is they'll get on the camellias and get some pollen. But our bees down here, they really don't cluster for long periods of time. They break cluster daily, unless we have a really, really cold week. We had a winter a few years ago. This picture right here is one I show a lot of people. And that picture is a lot of snow we had. And we had a really cold winter. And the bees were in the hives for as long as I've ever known to be in the hive, since I had bees down here this far south. They definitely stayed clustered for more time than not in that case. But our bees don't stay clustered. Don't go completely broodless either. There's a chance in a really, really cold winter where we have some sustained temperatures, they may go broodless for a few weeks at the most, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, but I doubt it. As far as any of the warmer winters we've had, they just don't go broodless. If you look at my older videos, you'll see we had brood in January when we did box reversals. They do cluster now, don't get me wrong. I mean, we know that bees under 50 degrees are probably going to cluster up. And I've opened a hive for whatever reason. I can't remember why I did it. And it was a while back. I opened one in winter and it was a nice tight cluster. I think I just opened the lid and they were right at the top or something. Maybe I was emergency feeding. I don't know. But we don't really have weeks on end where they'll stay clustered as they will up north. Down here is totally different. So, but with this cold weather, what I have noticed is the cold winters we've had since I've had bees have been my best spring. And I'm going to just guess and say that's because we kill off a lot of the pests. And the bees really, they cluster, they don't burn a lot of energy, they have plenty of food, they're getting plenty of nutrition, and when they come out of spring, they're raring to go, and boom, they explode. That's the only thing I can think. The cold winters have been the best. So hopefully we have a cold one soon. The cool weather's been great. For that reason, I'm probably going to go ahead and do some oxalic acid. I think I'm going to do that tomorrow maybe, because we've had a few days of sustained cool weather, mornings 30s and 50s, and yeah, we've gotten in the 70s, but the queen has definitely had to slow down. And like I said earlier, we don't go broodless. If we do, it's for a very, very short period of time, and who knows when that's going to be, when I can pinpoint that. I can't, because we may have all this cold weather and all of a sudden have the rest of the winter warm, and she starts laying early. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot probably 2 doses of oxalic acid in this month before the Christmas holidays, and that'll be it. We'll knock down whatever's in there. I think we'll have the least amount of brood. I'm sure she's slowed down to the point where she's not, if she is putting in any, she's putting in very, very little. But with this cold weather, she's not. So hopefully what we do is we get the hive right now at the least brood stage they can be, and that's the goal. So I'll probably do that. But anyway, let me show you how we can listen. This is what I do. I see bees flying here and there, but let's take a look and see if these hives are alive. This is what I do in the winter. That's really about all I do. I just lean my head down. Now another way you can do it, and I've seen people do this, is a stethoscope. It's a good stethoscope. This stethoscope's a Littman. I used it when I was an EMT for years. I worked on an ambulance down in New Orleans, but I used it to check the bees at one time, but it doesn't work that great. But it's simple, put it down if you got one. It's pretty simple though. If you got one, you can try it, see what you think about it. I just put my ears to them, but all right, deep breath, let it out. So yes, I hear them in there, but it's so faint. I guess mainly with such, it's a good stethoscope. So the problem is any move you make, it cancels out the sound of the bees because it's such a low hum through the box with this. But you can hear them if you stop and be really, really still. You can hear the roar, and tells you they're alive. But obviously there's bees coming and going, one or two here and there, but that's it. So I'm gonna go take a quick listen to all my little hives, and I can put my ears on them a lot faster than I can mess with this, and we'll see what we got. So all those guys had activity. I did lift the singles and nukes, just kind of see what weight they got. And the nukes are eating through their stores pretty quick. Like they've already lightened up a little bit. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye on them. I don't like to emergency feed if I don't have to. The singles were plenty heavy, but the two nukes were very light. So just have to watch them and see how light they get. Think about it. In 3 months, I'll be arranging queens or identifying splits already. 3 months, it'll be March, it'll be time. I'll be almost ready to split in 3 months. It's like we just shut down. But those two nukes, they're going through pretty quick. But they didn't have as much stored because they don't have as much space, but they're also smaller. So that's why I just watch them closely. And they'll maintain their weight for another 3 or 4 weeks. So I'll check, in January will be the month. We really need to make sure that they're still heavy enough. That's going to be the key. But so far, everybody else looks good. So what do we be doing next? I need to get all the boxes that had moth crystals in and check them to see if we did actually get any wax moths in them. Last time I was in, I didn't see any damage. So we'll take those out. It's cool enough now. The wax moths are done. We've had a couple good freezes already. We've probably got more to come. So it's time to start thinking about getting the deeps out on the stand outside so they can begin to air out for the next couple months. And they're safe from the moths for now. Got to start nailing some frames together. Got to go over west of here about an hour and pick up some acorn foundation to start building some deep frames, because gonna need more deep frames. Got to work on my quiet box and go get some vinyl for that. I want to make some quiet cloths too, and cover cloths. I'm really interested in doing that. I like what I see on Scott Hendrix's page. I really do. So gonna do that. So got quite a few things coming up. So I'll be making some short videos here and there, and keep everybody up to speed on what we're doing over the winter. Break is over, and want to get a little bit of work done before the holidays, because then the holidays comes and time is over then. We'll stop for a few weeks then, and then we'll get back at it in January, and then it'll be February before we know it. We'll be doing box reversals into January and identifying splits for March, and it'll start all over again. It's gonna be a fast winter. know, the older you get, the faster days go by, it seems like. Yep. Alright, so got some honey. I want to try. Vince, if you're watching. This is Fern Valley honeybees, Belvedere, Illinois. That's up north. That's way up north. I bet he's a lot colder than I am right now. Send me some honey. I know you said in the comment you got mine and that you tried it and you liked it. And I didn't answer you back because I hadn't tried yours because I wanted to try it on video. Anyway, he was nice enough to swap honey. We were on a live together and talked about it and decided to swap honey. And so let's just see what his honey tastes like. Oh wow, that's good. Darn, Vince. Man, it's got like a cinnamony, kind of like a cinnamon taste. That's pretty good. I like that. And man, look how light it is. Super light. Started crystallizing on me there, Vince, but hey. But yeah, that's Vince at Fern Valley Farms. Y'all see him. He's just like me. He's an average guy trying to keep bees alive. That's what we do. So Vince, I really appreciate swapping with you on the honey. I hope you enjoy mine. I'm definitely going to enjoy yours. Alright guys, well I appreciate y'all coming along for that quick walk through my bee yard. It's good to see all the bees are buzzing. Everybody seems to be heavy as far as the singles, and everything is looking just fine. It's beautiful weather. We finally got some cool weather. Guys, I appreciate everybody watching. Thanks for coming along. Hey, if you liked the video, again, just like I said at the beginning, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And look, don't forget to share this video with your friends, your family, anybody that just enjoys watching bees. You guys have a wonderful evening. May the Lord God bless you and keep you. See y'all later.